G'day folks, just thought I'd give you a little update on the mower deck work. As you can see, it's been cleaned and welded, and well, I bought what I thought was a close match for the colour and it wasn't, so I just sort of lump a bit on the underside for a bit of rust protection. Not that it's going to last very long, it'll probably all get taken off in the first run, but since I'd already etch primed it, it got a bit of a nasty looking orange colour. I'm going to get a colour match for the actual Kubota orange done. I'm sure it's an off-the-shelf colour. I just got to find a store that's open after the 2nd of January. Same with my bearing suppliers. Can't get bearings till the 2nd at least. Frankston Bearings opens on the 2nd, statewide, and the other companies in Dandenong are all on the 5th. So I'll probably end up going down to Frankston to get them. Hopefully they've got enough in stock, because this time of year they probably wouldn't be able to even get stock in until the 6th or something, 5th or 6th. It's the only problem with doing a job like this time of year. But anyway, the whole deck's stripped down, patched up, primed. It's got a bit of epoxy over it at the moment. I was going to leave it and put it back together, but if I can get the orange first, I'll do all this. I'm not too fussed about mismatched colours, I just want it to work. But if I can get colours and parts at the same time, we'll do it. Might as well. But yeah, I tried a generic orange from the paint store, and it's too far from it for doing the top of the deck. It'll do fine just as a sacrificial coating on the underside. Anyway, new blades are in. They're Spanish-made boron steel. And I have tried to hone and lap the edge with hand tools, and it is very hard steel. So basically I have to grind them, but they're already pretty sharp as they are. They're good enough, but I'll always give them a slight touch up before I put them on. Sharp blades means less horsepower required to cut the grass. The faster you can go. I could basically go full pelt around my lawn with these blades razor sharp, and it'll come up perfect. Seals, again, bearing place, it's going to supply the seals. That was the inner spindle seal. I think the spring's still on there. So yeah, that was that one. I have identified it. There are markings still on the rubber. The outer one, the bottom seal's around somewhere. That one had to be forcibly removed, and well, I'll just mic up the inside of the housing, the shaft diameter and so on, and go from there. So they're all good. New bearings coming soon. All of them are trashed. The rubber sealed ones fared the best because they're on top, but the bottom metal shielded ones didn't, and most of them still had the inner metal shield on them, so even when you pump grease in here, very little of it actually gets to the bearing. So they've completely defeated the purpose of it by leaving the seals on. I'd say they've been done once before, but whoever put them in left that seal on the inside. That's off that one. So that was fully sealed, and even if a little bit of moisture got in here, you couldn't pump fresh grease in to push it out because the seal was stopping it from getting in. Pointless. I mean, if that's the outside, you leave that seal on. If that's the inside, you pick that seal out with a very fine screwdriver or a scriber and allow grease to come through from the greasing point down the centre of the shaft. You can see, there's the greasing point. There's the grease nipple on top, and it goes down through the guts of it. So yeah, stupidity. Blade bolts are okay. The middle one's marginal, but I don't have the time to get a new one at the moment. I'll get a new one soon for the next service. When I do the oil change, I'll replace the centre blade bolt because it's worn down probably another 3 or 4 mil more than the outer ones. A couple of bolts need replacing, that sort of thing. Electrolysis to clean these up, and a quick coat of paint. Probably this. These are the upper ones, so I won't give them the gaudy orange. I'll give them the proper orange. But anyway, it's looking pretty good. Weren't too many cracks. There was some interesting ones. I mean, I think rust's the biggest issue. They've left it out in the weather for the most of its life, and water's gotten trapped in certain areas. That's already gone all the way through. So there are cracks, particularly on this side here. This came from a hilly area and was mostly mowing with this side downhill, and it's twisted and cracked a lot of these lower areas more than the uppers. But even this blade mount had a crack around it. I've gone way past where the crack was only about that long, but I've just made absolutely sure, top and bottom, that it's fully welded again. Again, it's not a particularly solid deck. It's lightweight for what's essentially an entry-level commercial diesel mower. And again, I've just put a few extra stick welds in here and here. Tried to get the MIG working again. That's what that dog shit is. After that, and trying to mess around with that MIG went straight into the scrap bin on the trailer. Didn't bother saving anything from it. It's a piece of junk. I spent hours and hours trying to fix the wire feeder and everything on it, and I think the wire feed itself is actually stuffed. So that one's gone. The housings, well, they're going to get a quick dip in the electrolysis tank to take most of this muck off them, ready for priming, and that's about it. So the tank's ready to go. The bearing journals are still alright, that's all clean. I just soaked them in Jet A1 for a while. Nothing beats aviation kerosene for cleaning bearings and things. I think that was the centre spindle bearing. Yeah, it was. Not happy. So I'm going to set that up in the vise. I think these are oil level plugs, low and high. I'll check that out, make sure there's oil in the gearbox. These seals are holding up okay, and there's no sign of oil slinging out off the pulley. It'd be very obvious if this had leaked. It'd be everywhere. Would have been everywhere. But yeah, it still feels nice and healthy. Little right angle drive. The uni joints are a bit sad-ish. That one's supposed to be able to move like that. Everything else is tight. I'm guessing a little bit of lateral play is accepted on that. I don't know. It doesn't warn anything. Oh, because this is splayed out a bit. That's been belted. Yeah, it's a lot of wear on there. I see what's happened. These ends have splayed out a little bit. I might have to try and bring them in. Not out by much, but yeah, it's nothing a bit of Never-Seez won't fix. Yeah, it's not a very happy uni. I might take down the numbers and the dimensions of it and just see if our bearing shop has one when I go down there. Actually, I might get 4 of them. Again, I'm buying extra bearings, extra seals and stuff. I'll just keep them on the shelf and change them every major service when I do the belts. It's a lot easier than waiting for stuff to blow up and shake itself to bits, which is essentially what's happened here. A lot of those cracks will be from the horrifically vibrating blade assemblies. I don't have the remains of it yet, but or anymore. I think it's in the scrap bin, but one of the bearings was completely shattered. All of the pieces of cage were broken up and floating around inside. I posted a picture on my Google Plus and it was just in pieces. As soon as I washed the grease out, the centre just fell out of it and the balls went everywhere. So that would account for a fair bit of the vibration damage as well. Anyway, that's your little update. I'm still sort of half on holiday, half doing little projects and things. The new year, hopefully I'll get a bit more time to do some more videos and some more instructionals. Who knows, I might get around to a chuck instructional tonight. A friend of mine wants to know about cleaning and replacing jaws in a lathe chuck, so if I get time, you'll see it. If I don't, you might see it in the new year. But either way, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I know Julian's coming over. There'll probably be some shenanigans and loud explosions. I'm not sure if I'll have the camera rolling all the time, but at least we'll make an effort to. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone's had a great Christmas and a happy New Year.